Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolks said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Morning, Miss Hathaway. I don't want to be disturbed.
But Chief, more oil has been discovered in the Clampett place.
What was that? More oil in the Clampett place?
Yes, this telegram is from Mr. Brewster of the OK Oil Company. He says they're...
New pool. Estimated flow, 7,000 barrels a day. Let's see, 7,000 barrels at a barrel, 27.5% depletion allowance.
And that's only part of the exciting news. Mr. Brewster is flying out from Tulsa to get Mr. Clampett's signature on the lease renewals. Meantime, his fiancée is flying out from New York. They're going to meet here and get married. Isn't that romantic?
I'll say it is. It means at least another 10 million.
No, I mean getting married.
Oh, you're getting married? Congratulations. Could be even more.
Chief, it is Mr. Brewster who is getting married. His plane arrives at the airport in about half an hour. Would you like me to meet him?
No, I'll meet him. I want to make sure those leases get signed. Let's see. 10 million, loaned out at 8%, 4 into 6. There it is, Mr. Brewster. That's where the Clampetts are living right now.
What a magnificent estate.
It's quite a change, that little cabin in the hills, eh?
I'll say.
Yes, that place has got everything. Championship tennis court, Olympic-sized swimming pool. The main house has 32 rooms, 14 baths, and guess how many servants?
How many?
None.
You know, this is mighty nice of you, Drysdale, renting a helicopter just to show me that...
Oh, think nothing of it. I knew you'd get a kick out of it.
Well, I certainly am.
See, while we're here, why don't we land on the lawn?
What?
Well, we could get those leases signed right now. Have it over with. Good feeling, eh? Money in the bank, so to speak.
Oh, no, thank you. The last time I tried to land near the Clampetts in a helicopter, Granny took a shot at me.
Oh, that was 3 years ago, back in the hills. There's no danger now.
Hey, Granny, take it easy. The last time you cut loose at one of them, it was that Brewster feller coming to buy Uncle Jed's oil.
Yeah, if you'd have hit him, you wouldn't be living out here in this fancy mansion.
That's right. You'd still be back in that poor little old cabin, shooing pigs and chickens out the door.
Yeah, of all the times to miss.
All right, pilot, you can circle the place again.
Look, I've got to get back to the airport and meet my fiancée.
Oh, she'll wait for you. Look, the sooner we get these leases signed, the sooner that money's gonna start rolling in.
Mr. Drysdale, this is my wedding day. Her flight is due in 15 minutes.
Oh, we got time. Maybe her plane will be late. Maybe something happened to it. You know, like headwinds or fog or something like that. All right, head back to the airport.
Beverly Hills mansion. Nothing but a big pile of rock. Might as well live in a prison. Well, I'm busting out. Going back to the cabin. And don't you try to stop me.
Oh, ma'am.
Young'uns, what's that Granny off this time?
One of them whirlybirds come over and made her mad.
You gotta think about the time one flew over the place back home.
Now she's homesick for the cabin again.
Well, we can fix that.
You mean we's going home?
Well, you don't have to. We still got that cabin Mr. Drysdale put up for Granny's birthday.
Hey, that's right. It's all took apart, but it wouldn't take no time to throw it together again.
Well, Bessie and me'll help.
Come on, young'uns, let's get that one up before she tears this one down.
Hello, Miss Hathaway. No, we're still at the airport. The bride-to-be just arrived. Now that she's here, I can't get his mind back on the leases. The man has lost all sense of values.
Melbourne, we'll see you back at the bank. We're going to have a cozy little brunch for two.
Yes, we have so much to talk about.
Well, you can talk in the car. Just get a hamburger to go. I'll call you from the Clampets if we ever get there. I don't care if it is his wedding day. I'm not letting him out of my sight till I get those leases signed.
Nothing's going right today.
Roof's all finished, Uncle Jed.
Fine, yes, sir. And now just nail this porch railing in place and we'll be just about done.
By dingies, it went up faster than a barn racing.
You did for a fact, Granny. Anything missing?
Let's see. Oh, my jug. Well, Bessie can fetch it.
No, Ellie, I'd best do it. That little monkey gets one taste of Granny's corn, we'll never get her back on bananas.
No need for you lovebirds to disturb yourselves. Just give me the leases, and I'll get them signed without wasting a lot of time. I know you're in a hurry to get married.
Melbourne, there's plenty of time. The ceremony's set for 3 o'clock.
Well, who needs a ceremony? It's just a simple lease signing.
The wedding ceremony.
I'm very anxious to meet the Clampets. John has told me of their transformation from backwoods hillbillies to Beverly Hills multimillionaires.
I'm only sorry you couldn't have seen them the way they looked 3 years ago back in those hills. I'll never forget Mr. Clampett when he opened the door of that cabin. He looked like he hadn't shaved for 3 days. He had on an old beat-up hat, faded blue jeans, a torn coat. He was carrying a jug of Mountain Dew.
Well, howdy, folks. Howdy, Mr. Drydale.
Mr. Clampett, you remember Mr. Brewster here?
Well, doggies, I sure do. How are you, Mr. Brewster?
He's fine. He wants to get your signature on some leases.
Well, come in, come in.
Well, thank you, Mr. Clampett.
I'll get things ready.
Mr. Clampett, may I present my fiancée, Miss Edith Williams?
Well, howdy, ma'am.
How do you do, Mr. Clamp?
Did you say?
Yes, we're getting married this afternoon.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Edith is giving up a very successful career to become my wife. She's a famous New York decorator.
Well, I ain't never seen New York, but if you decorate it, I'll bet you it's mighty pretty.
Well, she decorates homes.
Yes, and yours is certainly magnificent. May we see more of it?
Oh, you bet you can. The rest of the family's out back. You'll see most of it on the way.
Good.
Now, Mr. Clampett, if you'll just put your signature where I've made these little marks. The sooner these leases are signed, the sooner my money, your money will start rolling. Mr. Clampett? Mr. Clampett? Mr. Clampett?
Oh, what a lovely kitchen.
Come take a look out back.
Thank you. We'd love to.
Mr. Clampett! Mr. Clampett! Mr. Clampett!
Well, I wish you'd look at this. Darling, this is exactly like their little cabin back in the hills.
Oh, what a charming idea.
Come on in and meet the rest of the family. We'll set a spell and visit.
Well, what happened to Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, who knows? He's been hounding me all day to get those leases signed. Now that there's a perfect opportunity, he's asleep at the switch.
Mr. Crabbe!
Granny, these are perfectly marvelous antiques. Would you consider selling me this spinning wheel and churn?
Well, they's the only ones I got. But you can use them. It's good to see a young bride these days that likes to spin and churn.
Anything else I can do for you, Granny?
Yes, boy, you can take the truck and go get me some nice fat pigs.
Yes, ma'am.
I miss having pigs around the place. Don't you?
I don't really... I never... What is it?
Well, you like pigs, don't you?
Well, yes. Oh, yes, of course. They're charming.
Well, some is and some ain't.
Come join us, darling. Here. Mr. Clampett's been telling me how he spent his honeymoon in a cabin just like this one.
Really? Oh, how charming and romantic.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Yes, Edith and I envy you that honeymoon, Mr. Clampett. So simple, so uncomplicated. Now, you take our honeymoon plans. Everything is on a split-second schedule. The plane to Las Vegas, the wedding, the reception, the plane ride back, the hotel reservations tonight.
Oh, dear, that reminds me. Did you arrange for a photographer?
Oh, forgot it completely. There, you see, already it's too complicated for me to handle.
Seems a shame to clutter up a honeymoon with a lot of worries like that. All we had to worry about was what time the chivalry started.
The what?
Chivalry.
Well, it's a custom in certain rural areas, darling, where the friends and neighbors of the newlyweds get together and serenade them by shooting off guns, beating on pots and pans, blowing on horns, yelling.
In the middle of the night.
You're joking.
No, then everybody come in, had victual, passed the jug around. It's a heap of fun. Once the first skier wore off.
Yes, it sounds like lots of fun.
Well, that's just another one of the simple pleasures we'll have to miss, Mr. Clamp.
Speaking of missing things, dear, there's that plane to Las Vegas.
Oh, hey, I forgot that completely. We haven't even got the oil leases signed yet. Come on, Mr. Clampett, let's find Drysdale.
Goodbye, Granny.
Bye, Granny.
Goodbye and happy honeymoon.
Thank you.
I'll see you two in half a minute.
Right.
Granny, we could make their honeymoon the happiest they ever was.
I bet you're thinking of the same thing I am.
Let them stay here in the cabin?
That's it.
It seems a shame after they took on over this place to make them go to the hotel.
But, Jed, it should be a surprise. Now, how can we get them to come back here?
Well, I think I can handle that, Granny.
Her name is Eleanor. Ain't she pretty?
Lovely.
Here, you can hold her. I'll go catch another one for you.
I didn't know this cabin was up again. Oh, I bet I went through that house 40 times looking for you.
Well, you like chickens, do you, Mr. Brewster?
Hmm? Oh, yes, indeed.
Mr. Clampett, we just have time to get your signature on these oil leases before we rush this happy couple to the airport.
Well, I'm going to have to study on these, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, we might miss our plane. Don't forget that split-second schedule I told you about.
Well, you go right ahead, fly up there, get the knot tied. We take care of these when you get back. Come on, get these folks on that airplane. Leave everything else to us.
Milburn, I think we'd better do as Mr. Clampett wishes. Come along, dear.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Granny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shucks, I'm too late. Miss Edith wanted a chick in the hole.
You hear that, Granny? She's fond of them, too.
You know what else she likes?
What?
Spinning, churning, and pigs.
Doggies. They is gonna have the happiest honeymoon two city folks ever dreamed of. Get him over on, Jethro. It's a long drive out to that airport.
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed.
We gotta be there waiting when them newlyweds come in.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and fetch along a bag of rice.
Yes, sir.
How does it look, Paul?
Beautiful, just beautiful.
Can't you just picture him sitting up there on that bench?
I can for a fact, Granny. He's gonna be the proudest, happiest pair of newlyweds that ever said I do.
Let's go, Uncle Jed.
What you got there?
Well, you said to fetch along a bag of rice.
Put it down.
But you said to...
Put it down.
Well, gee whiz, I done just what you told me. If it ain't enough, say so. I'll go fetch another bag.
Get on the truck, we're gonna be late.
We'll have the cabin all ready when you get back.
Fine and dandy. Better roll, boy.
What you crying for, Granny?
It's all so beautiful. Goody, the house is out. Get back to the cabin. You want to spoil the honeymoon.
What's the news? Any news? What's the latest? Well, tell me something. Don't just sit there.
Chief, control yourself. The news is exactly the same as the last time you asked. 30 seconds ago.
I should have landed that helicopter on the lawn. I should have had those leases signed then and there. I should have held on to them. I should have... I blame you for this whole mess.
Why me?
Who else is there? I just can't sit around. I'm going out the airport and meet the Brewsters.
Chief, Mr. Clampett insisted on meeting him. By now, they're halfway home.
Goofed again, eh? Oh, boy, are you in trouble.
Never been so embarrassed in my life.
Hang on, dear. We'll be at the hotel soon. I ain't ever seen such a loving couple. They've been cuddling like that ever since we left the airport.
I know.
Darling, how much longer?
Just another block. Jethro, that's the hotel just up the street there. But don't stop in front. There's a basement garage. Just make a turn at that alley there.
Oh, you're coming home with us first. We got a surprise for you.
Another one? I mean, you've done too much already.
Yes, this ride from the airport is something we'll never forget.
Jack, that ain't nothing compared to what's waiting for you at home.
Well, if you mean the leases, I can send a messenger for those. Oh, here's the alley, Jethro. Just make a...
Now, you just sit back and enjoy the ride. This is your honeymoon.
They's cuddling again.
Guys are coming, Granny. Guys are coming.
Here's your rice.
Surprise!
They're surprised, all right. Just look at their faces.
John, surely they don't expect us to stay here and...
No, honey. This is just a little reception. Well, folks, this is a wonderful surprise. You made Mrs. Brewster and me very happy.
Yes, it's so kind of you.
Up here.
looked just beautiful.
Sure did.
Thank you.
Yes, isn't she the loveliest, the most beautiful thing you ever...
John.
Huh?
John, that's our luggage.
Oh, no, Mr. Clampett. Don't carry those inside.
Now, Mr. Brewster, you forget these. You got something else to carry inside.
You wait here, dear. I'll straighten this out. Mr. Clampett. Mr. Clampett, is it your intention that Edith and I stay here?
For as long as you want to. I just want you to have the same kind of happy honeymoon that I did.
Well, we're very grateful to you.
I don't want to hear no thanks. I'm pleased to help get your marriage off to a good start.
Well, that's very nice of you, Mr. Clampett, but we have this reservation at the hotel.
Oh, we cancel that for you, Mr. Brewster.
See, life's getting simpler already, ain't it?
Anything else I can do for you? Want me to tote your bride over the door sill for you?
Jethro.
No, thank you, Jethro.
Okay.
Mr. Clampett, I want you to know that Edith and I
Now,
are...
there you go again. Your happiness is the only thanks I want. Now, we're all going to clear out of here.
John! Mr. Clampett!
Here you are.
I've been going out of my mind with worry. Did everything go all right?
Fine. You're just in time to congratulate Mr. Brewster.
Oh, then you got the leases signed. Congratulations.
I mean, on getting married, I ain't signed no leases.
You ain't?
Well, Mr. Clampett, if we could get that little matter over with.
Now, Mr. Brewster, we ain't going to talk business on your wedding night.
We ain't?
John, Mr. Drysdale has his limousine out front. He can take us to our hotel.
Miss Brewster, I got good news for you. You ain't spending your honeymoon in no hotel.
I ain't?
No, you ain't.
It's you. What was that terrible racket?
I'm afraid I stepped on one of our wedding presents.
Now, John, listen to me. You're my husband, and I love you. And I know how important those oil leases are to you. But I am not spending my wedding night in this animal shelter.
Please listen, I've solved everything.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I've been out scouting around. The Drysdale home is through that hedge just beyond the swimming pool. We'll slip over there, call a taxi, and go down to the hotel.
Oh, John, you're wonderful.
Of course, I'll have to do a little explaining in the morning, but I'll worry about that tomorrow.
I'll go change.
Just throw on a coat and grab one bag.
Yes, dear.
Hurry now. Darling, I said just one bag.
Well, it's my cosmetic case. I'll carry it.
Don't step on any livestock.
Darling, it's so dark. Shouldn't we take a lantern or something?
No, the Clampetts might see us if we did that. You just hang on to me, dear. Now, come on, let's go.
What was it, Jed? Could you tell?
Granny, you ain't going to believe this, but the Brewsters just went swimming.
Women? In the middle of the night? On their honeymoon? In that freezing cold water?
Don't ask me to explain city folks, especially when it's newlywed.
We better get on with our plans.
Yeah, it's getting along about that time.
How do you feel, dear?
I'm finally dry.
Me too. Let's try again.
Not without a lantern.
Okay, surely the Clampetts are asleep by now. You know, this back way may be a shortcut. Let's,
Wait, there's only a Chevrolet. Look out! Look out, you go in the pool!
All right, everybody. I think I just heard him yell something about going in the pool.
Yep, there they go again.
Crazy city folks.
What do we do now, Pop?
Well, the way I look at it, it's their honeymoon. They want to spend it swimming, that's their business. Let's go to bed.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here?
This has been a Filmways presentation.